Good evening. Thanks a lot for staying with us here at CNN News 18. You're watching Plain Speak. I am Ridhima Bhatnagar. Now, first it was the scheme itself, and now it's the entry process and the mandate. Politics over the government's new recruitment scheme for the armed forces, the Agnipath scheme, just refuses to die down. Today, Aam Aadmi Party Sanjay Singh created controversy by questioning the need for a caste and religion box on the Agnipath recruitment form, highlighting the section where it asks candidates to furnish caste and religion certificates, asking if the Prime Minister doesn't consider Dalits, backwards and tribal people capable of joining the armed forces. The BJP was quick to respond, fact-checking the wrong claims made by Sanjay Singh, clarifying also that the recruitment is actually done as per the Army Rules 1954 and Defence Services Regulation Act 1987, and that in fact it just has been continued. In fact, it was in 2013 when the army had told the Supreme Court that the need for caste and religion was just for administrative and operational requirements and had no role in the selection process. The clarification also said that religion is required for performing last rites according to religious rituals for recruits who die during training and soldiers who die on duty. Despite the politics, what also needs to focus on is actually the record recruitment that this scheme has already seen. So first, let's begin with the big question. Why is the opposition creating a controversy when there is none? So first, let's break down the essential details in terms of, has anything really changed as far as the recruitment process is concerned? The answer is for all of you to see. I'm putting out two notifications here. One notification dates back to 2019, and this is the current recruitment, Agnipath recruitment, which is from 2022. Look at the form that you had in 2019. Look at points E and F. It asks for a caste certificate and it asks for the religion certificate as well. Look at the form of 2022, the exact same language is used, which is as far as a caste certificate is concerned, as well as a religion certificate is concerned. In fact, if you look at closely, not even a single word actually has been changed. So this is where things currently stand. Let's now break down the other details in terms of what was the opposition's controversy and how is it actually being fact-checked by the government and the BJP. Also, the larger question is, do we really need to politicize our forces? But I'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. But first, let's talk about what was the controversy all about today. The opposition is arguing that caste is being asked actually for the first time. The army officials have now fact-checked, saying that this is actually a requirement to submit, is not new. As I put out those two circulars for you, it dates back and nothing really has changed as far as this recruitment process is concerned. The opposition has also argued that the government now is doing recruitment based on religion. Again, there, if you look at the fact check that has come from officials on the ground and the government as well, that religion required to perform last rites, and that is why that box needs to have that data for army to collect the data from various soldiers who recruited into the army. So also, the larger issue is that this is not the first time that we're seeing politics erupt as far as the Agnipath scheme itself is concerned. As I said, first it was issues over the scheme, now it is issues as far as the recruitment process is concerned. Let's just recap memory of our viewers of what really has been the opposition's problem as far as this new recruitment scheme is concerned. Now, many of them have come out and said that the scheme is poorly conceived and hastily drawn. Here they felt that not enough people as far as armed forces personnel, they were not considered, and it was done in a shabby manner. Also, they've also gone on to raise the question as far as what happens to the future of this youth who will be brought in just for a contractual period. Multiple risks subverted traditions of the armed forces. Does it actually go with the ethos? Because loyalty is one factor that the armed forces take a lot of pride in. These people will be brought in for a period of 4 years. How will you expect them to have the same sense of loyalty? Scheme might compromise security because you train these people for a period of 4 years. Once they go out, can they actually become a potential threat? That's again a question that's being raised. Large part of the youth will actually get excluded since age limit is 17 to 21 years. What actually happens to their future? There is no security liability, there is no pension, so on and so forth. Those issues also have been raised, no job security for the youth. But the larger question also is, just in the last 1 week itself, There have been multiple issues that have been raised by the opposition which actually has fallen flat on them because it's been fact-checked by the government that there was no controversy. So is this really the priority that the opposition wants to focus on? Just look at the last 6 days, 3 fact checks that we're doing for you. The first, 14th of July, ruckus over ban on unparliamentary words, where the opposition was up in arms saying this is a diktat that's come by the government. The government then clarified a list like this actually comes out every single year. It's a tradition that has been followed since 1954. Just the next day after that, 15th of July, there was ruckus over banning dharna inside Parliament. Again, you heard from the Speaker Om Birla saying that this actually is a practice that takes place every single year. It's a circular that's issued every single year. Nothing new has happened. And then you have the opposition up in arms as far as the Agnipath scheme is concerned, that why is the government asking for a caste and religion details? Again, this is nothing new. It's similar to the notification that we've seen in 2019. Thus raising the larger question that I will take to our guests in just a bit, that why is the opposition so hell-bent on creating a controversy when there is none? Thus we are raising the question that today is politics over the Indian Armed Forces.
मैं यह स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं कि यह पूरी तरह से अफवाह है। जो पहले व्यवस्था थी, माने आजादी के पहले से वही व्यवस्था अब तक जो है चली आ रही है, उसमें कहीं पर कोई परिवर्तन नहीं हुआ है।
आर्मी रूल 1956 और डिफेंस सर्विस रेगुलेशन 1987 के अनुसार ही भर्ती होती है। वही प्रक्रिया को अब भी जारी रखा गया है, लेकिन कुछ राजनीतिक दल, जैसा मैंने पहले कहा, आम आदमी पार्टी जैसे, गुमराह करने का प्रयास करते हैं, झूठ बोलते हैं और झूठ के नए आयाम स्थापित करते हैं।
Let me also now introduce our guest joining us this evening. We have the spokesperson of the BJP, R.P. Singh. We'll shortly be joined by the spokesperson of the Congress Party. We also have defense expert, retired Major General Yash Mor. We also have retired, again, Lieutenant Colonel Anil Dutun, a defense analyst. And we also have from the Aam Aadmi Party, Atishi. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. Before I get to the political spokespersons, I actually want to hear from representatives of the armed forces themselves of whether there has been a change or not. So let me first bring in Major General Yash Mor. Sir, I want to hear from you so that you can set the record straight. Has there actually been any change?
Firstly, thank you for inviting me on this show. And but it's not a good thing that everything that is happening with recruitment is getting a political color. And somehow it's all started with bringing out the scheme, which has so many flaws: ill-conceived, ill-planned, not enough homework done, 2.5 years, no recruitment, lakhs and lakhs of children just left on the streets without any fault of theirs. But anyway, now coming to this controversy of caste certificate, Indian Army surprisingly hasn't changed its recruiting system since probably 1930s, when the British were still ruling us. So there are caste-based units, there are religion-based units, and therefore this is always asked as far as Jawans are concerned. As far as officers are concerned, only your religion is asked when you apply for the armed forces or you apply for NDIMA, any entry. Caste is never asked, we never even discuss it. But for Jawans, if you have to get people into Sikh Light Infantry, into Jat Regiment, into Kumaon, into Garhwal, into Gurkhas, into Rajrif, anywhere, caste is an important factor. Based on that, there are